Shaylie, it's your grandpa. I last time I talked to you, it was just barely before you were being born, and it's been a couple of weeks now. And I thought about who I should do a video blog for, and you came back up again. I haven't done one for anybody else yet, but I guess you're back up. It's such a obviously a brand new and changing time for you. You're living in what used to be my office upstairs in my house. I guess that room, it's poorly air conditioned, and it's late May right now, and I guess that room gets the last little bit of shreds of air conditioning. Don't know why, we haven't figured that out yet, but Stephanie said it was like 86 in there the other day. She has packed in between beds and dressers and cribs and clothes and everything else that basically you live in. She's packed it all into that house, or into that room. It's not that big, but she's definitely made it her little nest with you. She's so protective of you. I saw on Facebook today where she basically said, she opened our hearts like we never could have predicted. That parenting definitely does that. You just don't realize how much you can love until you become a parent to a child. It seems like love for me is at its purest and best and finest when there is no way that the person you're loving can actually repay you, because then it's pure love with no expectation. That is what Stephanie's doing right now. She is kind of funny. She is very protective. When I ask to hold you, she gives me that look, and it's like, did you wash your hands? She actually said, with soap and water? No. Yeah. And I had to give her a little bit of grief. I said, no, I just washed them with soap. But she is very protective. She doesn't like to let go of you and keep you very close. I heard her and your dad, Casey, talking today about putting you down finally after all this time. Now they're beginning to talk about actually doing that. And it's funny because she will put you down if you're asleep and if it's upstairs. We have a dog on the main level, and she does not want to mix dog hair and you. So if you're downstairs on the main level, you are being held by somebody who has thoroughly washed their hands, who she trusts. So to say she's very careful is an understatement. I got to hold you again today, and I understand that brand new newborns look at the world as if it was a painting. They don't necessarily know that there's a face as a part of what they see, and that face belongs to someone who might love them. So, and that's kind of what I'm understanding as I hold you. But as I hold you, I look at your eyes and you lock in on me, and it kind of looks like recognition. It's like, oh, I've been waiting to see you. And you never know with somebody your age what they know, what they don't know. I personally believe that since the veil gets removed probably at some point when you're older, or maybe it's removed gradually. Of course, I don't know. But I have to imagine that right now, where you totally can't communicate with us at all, that the veil remains open to a great extent to you. And I would love to know what you're being taught, who you can see, what they're saying, what the communication looks like. That just fascinates me, and I'm sure you're being trained, but even though I can hold you in my arms, I can't, be around the people that are around you. And I sure wish I could do that. You should know that your mom and dad love you more than their words or mine could express that you're their treasure. It's funny, I was talking to, of course you are Stephanie's first baby. I was talking with a lady that was walking down the street while I was putting the garbage cans out. I was talking about how protective Stephanie is of you, and she says, yeah, my first time around, we'd actually boil water every night and then use that in cotton swabs to wipe off a baby's face. And of course, then she says, by the time the third or fourth kid rolls around, you're just wiping their face with a dirty dish rag. And Stephanie is definitely that way. You know, she's trying to do all the right things. She's reading documents about how to invert you, because right now, you're kind of on China time, where you're wanting to sleep during the day and be awake all night. And I guess that's being very difficult for your mom and for Casey, because they have to get up. They don't really want to share even at night. They're that protective, and I guess it's affecting Casey because he is losing sleep and he's having to get up in the morning and work, and he's not digging it much. So those are the stories that I can tell you right now about what it's like for you. Right now you will stay up for about an hour, and then it's time to eat and go to sleep again, and you'll sleep for maybe an hour, maybe two if it's max. And that's kind of where they're at. They have to sleep that way too. Boy, it feels like I need to tell you one more story, but it's not coming to mind what the story is. I really don't know what that story is. So I guess I'll close this here. I sure wish, like I said, that I could talk to you, and maybe to some extent I can, but I always wish there was more. You should know that you are loved. Stephanie goes overboard because she is a first-time mom. She has some strong opinions. She tries to keep the pacifier away from you. She doesn't want that to be a crutch. And I've been there. I try to do that with my kids. With the experience of time, I don't know that it makes a lot of difference either way, but that's important to her, and so that's how she's beginning to raise you. And she has found, Sarah did a really good job with Titan about putting him down exactly, almost to the minute, for naps and for nighttime, and he would go down and he would sleep. And at first she didn't think that was all that awesome, and now she kind of does. So she's trying to do that. She will probably, I'm guessing, be a little bit more strict as a mom. This will be because in her mind, she wants more from you than average. And so she's going to take extra pains, extra steps, and extra efforts so that you can be everything that you can and should and are meant to become. So sometimes that will be painful for you, but just know that it comes from a place of love from her. And I guess with that, I'll leave it. I love you. Your grandma loves you. There's a lot of people that love you, and you're only days old. That will only increase as time moves forward. Know that we're here for you. We love you, Shaylie.